All right.
Welcome.
What's going on? Welcome back to Xerox Entertainment. I told you that we had a meeting of the minds, two different channels, two different podcasts. So I want to introduce you to the one and only. They call him Slim.
They do.
They don't call him Shady.
No, never.
They call him the GOAT.
They call me a different name.
He got a lot of aliases. Some we can't say.
Some
we gonna forget about. Because we are the family friendly channel.
Yeah,
now, if he does something on his, it may be a little different.
Hey.
Just let you know that from the beginning. But this is our friend, our brother, Dwight McGee.
Thank you for having me.
Introduce yourself and talk about your channel and all the different ways that they can connect to what you got out there for the people.
If you want to find me, well, my name is Dwight. I've been watching wrestling since I can remember. So I've always been a wrestling fan, whether it was WCW, AEW, NWA, TNA. WOW, New Japan. So even TNA, TNA is my guilty pleasure. They can't get it together, but I love them to death. And it's not the talent, but it's just their booking is just horrible sometimes. Like, they'll be right on the mark. It is just every time.
Don't forget about ROH.
Oh yeah, well, I was an ROH fan. Like
I know, that's why I said
the new ROH. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna get there. We're gonna
talk about that. We're not talking about ROH today.
All right. Well, so I do comic books and wrestling, a lot of different nerd stuff, but mainly comic books and wrestling on my eyes. You can find me on Instagram at the Villain Conglomerate, and I cannot remember my YouTube channel because I use it, but I use it sparingly, and I think I changed the name, but we're working on that. We are definitely working on the name.
I follow him, so I'll figure it out.
Yeah,
while he's talking.
I'm probably about to say I'll pull it out and figure it out. But yeah, so that's what we got going on. I'm trying to be more active on it. I got to keep up with AEW, got to keep up with WWE, got to keep up with TNA. I want to get into WOW. WOW is actually really
I heard of it.
It's all women's promotion, real good.
Oh, okay.
There's a Japan version too. It's not the same version, but they're just in Japan. Yeah, so that's about it for me. We're gonna talk about some wrestling tonight. It's gonna be interesting. We're not gonna agree on everything, but we're gonna agree on what I need you to agree on with me.
Well, I follow a lot of people. I ain't able to find you. We're gonna put it in the comments.
We're gonna put it in the comments. Yeah.
If he was putting up more, like he does a lot on Instagram. If he would put more up on YouTube, it would be higher up on my stuff, and I'd easily be able to find it.
I'm trying.
He's gonna do it.
I am. I got it.
It's happening. We marking that today. It's happening.
Yeah, I'm getting on it. I'm getting on it. Give me a minute. I'm trying to get acclimated to doing some different stuff. So yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, y'all, any people that follow my channel, if you don't, go back and watch some other videos. I've been watching wrestling since 1975.
I wasn't there for that.
No, I wasn't there for that. 1975. I continue to watch wrestling for many different reasons. One, I just love it. It's violent. It's action. It's athletic. It's entertainment. You get all of it wrapped up into one.
It's been soap operas.
Yeah, definitely. It can be soap operas for real. And it's one of the two things that my dad watched with me. And he didn't watch a lot of TV. He didn't spend a whole lot of time doing much anything that you call relaxing, that at least that I knew. But the two things that he did, he loved watching wrestling. So we would watch that together if he was home. And he loved Sanford and Son. So
two good things.
Yep. So that's why wrestling is definitely top tier for me. I did fall away from wrestling. Go back and watch the other videos, and you'll know why.
Yeah,
it's called the end of WCW basically, and AEW brought me back. So I am a super AEW homer. I'm not apologetic about it. I love AEW. I follow AEW, and I am always entertained by AEW. And I'll watch some more AEW later on this evening because the day that we were recording this is a Friday, so it will be Rampage. So. But there we go.
Now, unlike you, I'll stay with wrestling during the dark ages when it was hard being a wrestling fan.
What was that?
When John Cena when it went PG, it was hard. It was some hard years.
I probably would have liked that because I like PG stuff.
It was PG, but it was just some hard time. It was a hard time because it was only WWE, and it was and John Cena was winning every other pay per view. It was hard, and especially once the Attitude Era really went away. That was when it got hard because everybody would always say, "Oh man, I missed the Attitude Era," and I was like, I was in the dark ages. I was in the trenches holding it down. We were like, "It's gonna work out. I just don't know how."
Yeah, I mean, you came up in a time where you definitely had more wrestling to consume on a national level versus when I was coming up. We just had in the area that we live in, which is southeastern North Carolina, Wilmington, North Carolina. Shout out Michael Jordan. Beautiful beaches and most major hurricanes. So anyway, the area that we live in, and I grew up in. When I was growing up, we had 3 channels. Really, we had two. The third one, you had to put the ears up so you can catch it because it was coming in out of New Bern.
Oh, not New Bern. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, you had to catch that. And it was the territory era. So anybody know wrestling know that there was a territory era. There we go. That the wrestlers traveled different territories and they might stay in place for a while and then go to another place. It all depended on how they did. So I grew up watching Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling. And then when we finally got cable, we had this thing called WTBS, which was the Superstation. And then we had NWA National Wrestling Alliance that would come on Saturdays.
Which they're still running.
Yeah, they're back in a different iteration or whatever.
They fell off though, but they had a.
I heard
when they made Titus the champion, that was not a good move. But
it wasn't. I like Titus.
No, not
for other reasons. I know nothing about his wrestling, but
oh, you talking about the big guy?
Yeah,
he was a wrestler.
Yeah, I knew he was a wrestler because I would always see him on the show and he would have his belt.
You know, he started in WWE.
Yeah,
and he got that the Dusty Rhodes treatment.
Oh, okay.
Because they made him dance.
No.
Because that's but you know what? That one called Dusty Rhodes treatment because when Dusty Rhodes went to the WWE,
the whole
Vince McMahon was like, "Oh, you made so much money, I'm gonna make you pay." So
and then Dusty flipped that thing on him because he just walked right into it and said, "Okay, you want to do that? I'm gonna make this."
Yeah.
It wasn't a great look for people who love Dusty, but Dusty made lemonade out of lemons.
And I mean, you can say Dusty Rhodes did too.
Yeah, and Cody unfortunately
Cody did not.
What was his called?
Stardust.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm trying to tell you, his heel run is immaculate. I'll
we're gonna talk about that later.
I sent you some videos of it to look at. Did you look at the videos?
No, I got to go back. What did you send it through?
Instagram, I think.
I don't know how I didn't see it then.
I
I checked most of the Instagram, the Facebook stuff. I'm a little bit slower on, but the Instagram I usually try to jump on. But I'll go back and look at your messages.
Yeah, like his heel run was immaculate, and it was in your favorite promotion too. Ring of Honor.
Okay. Well, that's not my favorite.
I mean that's one.
I like the promotion because it's tied into AEW.
Yeah, but like Ring of Honor could have done it, but they had a couple of hiccups.
And probably didn't have a multi-billionaire behind it. That would have helped if they did.
But WWE, when they started getting real good, they stole a lot of guys from AEW. Daniel Bryan came from AEW. I mean, from Ring of Honor. Kevin Owens, aka Kevin Steen. Seth Rollins.
Don't forget about what's his name? Because he was wearing the mask.
Who?
What's his name?
Oh, Sami Zayn.
Yeah. What was his name though?
El Generico.
El Generico. The most generic name in the world.
Yeah, El Generico. Yeah, I didn't think about it like that, but yeah, it was that was a good time. So I know you know.
So let's segue. Since we're talking about El Generico,
okay,
which is Sami Zayn,
aka
Sammy. Ooh, so
I gotta disagree with
I'm feeling oozy right now.
I'm not.
I'm feeling oozy right now. So we're gonna talk about what we said we were gonna talk about on this episode, which is let's talk about some Bloodline.
All right, let's talk about the Bloodline.
So when I'm watching right now, let me tell you. All the years I've been watching wrestling, and I know you had to discount the time that I spend away from wrestling. But even during that time, thank God for YouTube, I went back and watched some of the stuff that seemed like it was going to be some of the best stuff that I may have missed out on. Unfortunately, part of that did come around somebody by the name of CM Punk.
Oh, great wrestler. Love him to death.
All y'all Punk worshipers, y'all watching the wrong channel because I'm going to piss y'all off to the utmost.
You can. I mean,
I'm not talking about you. I know you don't worship him. You like him. You love the stuff that he did. But I'm talking about some of these other people who don't think his poop don't stink. And everything they do is, oh, I love CM Punk. Oh, I love CM Punk. Let me, hold up.
I love CM Punk. Oh, I love CM Punk. I'm a CM Punk fan. I've been a fan for years.
Even when he was in the Indies, he was always good to me.
Well, that's good. But anyway, I went back and I watched a whole bunch. I saw some of the stuff I missed out on. Some of the better stuff that I may have missed out on was some of the Ring Honor stuff, like with Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
I went back and looked at some of the Daniel Bryan stuff, which was very good. I went back and I looked at. I even went back and checked out some of what WWE was doing with the whole Shield thing.
Oh, that was good. That was money. That's I'm gonna tell you if Dean Ambrose, John Moxley, John Moxley, if he's gonna go back to WWE for that last run, that's money right there.
We got a long way before that happens.
I would do it. That's money right there. That's guaranteed money, and that's a big payday. People would pay to see him one more time with the Shield, even if they don't do one more match. That's a payday right there.
Maybe when he gets ready to retire, he may do that. But right now, I think he is in his pocket with AEW, and of course you seen it. Some of the people that follow the channel seen it. That when I ranked the top champions from AEW, he is number one. And
that's ridiculous. But,
no, it's not ridiculous.
How we not gonna
he carried the company.
How we not gonna put
through
Kenny Omega on the
COVID
top?
and the pump? Through COVID and the pump.
But we're not gonna disrespect Kenny Omega like that.
I don't.
Kenny got to be number one.
No, he hadn't carried it long enough. And then the things that Moxley has done with the belt, the number of times. Well, there's no way that you're not going. There's no way I'm not going to put him at number one. I'm putting him at number one. I love Kenny. Don't get me wrong. I look forward to Kenny coming back.
Oh, he's back now.
I mean, he's back, but he's not.
He's home.
Right. He's not doing AEW stuff yet. He'll be back. I think they're going to let him take his time, let 2025 come. And when 2025 comes, I think then we're going to see Kenny. And I think that's going to be part of what's going on with Moxley and his renegade of crew. I think Kenny Omega is going to be the one that's going to set everything straight.
What they need to do is they need to stop all of this foolishness and give it to the House of Black.
Well, I told you, it's too late for them to do it right now because they already have this set up. But I told you, and you told me, ladies and gentlemen, look at me in the camera, please.
Wait, what did I say?
Ladies and gentlemen, I told Dwight, Bill Conglomerate, I told him, I said they need to put the belts on all the House of Black. And this was like at the beginning of the year. You disagreed with me. I said they need to put the championship on Malachi. I said they need to get the tag team to what's the name?
Brody Lee and
the other guy, right? They need to put the tag team on them. At that time, Julia Hart had the TNT, and I said they need to give them the triples.
But she coming back though.
I know. I know, and I'm ready for that. But they need to give them the triples and let the House of Black have like a 2 to 3 month run.
I agree with you on that.
All of it because of where they were. You disagreed with me. Why? I remember. I do not know why you disagreed with me. Because I don't talk to too many people about wrestling that I know personally. And me and you were having a conversation. You said, "Nah, that's a bad idea."
I was tripping. Clearly, that's not a good idea.
It's a great idea.
I might have been tripping at that moment.
You might have been, but that would have been the move. Now it's too late.
It's not too late.
They can look, maybe do it in 25.
Okay, yeah.
But they're not going to do it now because they have to stick with the storyline, please. Because if they jump off of it, all these little whiny crybabies that's on YouTube that's got their channels are going to cry. Oh, he want to stick to the storyline. The main person that does that is, what's the guy? JD out of New York.
Well, you know what?
What's that?
Then they must not watch TNA because that was TNA. That's TNA bread and butter.
What, jumping off a storyline?
Yeah. Oh, I used to be hurt. I'm like, y'all got it. And then they would just go out the window. I'm like, Lord.
But I mean, that's what they're going. That would have been good. But back to what we were talking about.
Back to it.
We were talking about Moxley, but we're going to jump off of that and get back to the bloodline business right here. So what I love about WWE is it's a few things. I really don't watch much stuff, and one of these days we're gonna not today because you only got so much time. Yeah. One of these days we're gonna talk about did they drop what happened because it was a big rush on this one group, and now I see nothing on YouTube about them. The Firefly, what's their name?
They back.
Yeah, but they came back. They had a lot of heat behind them, and now it's like
because they don't. There's a lot of issues with that faction. There's a couple good issues, a couple bad issues, and they need to fix them. Ultimately, it's a good gimmick, but we got to see you produce in the ring.
Right, but
at the end of the day,
why aren't they putting them in the ring to produce?
They're in a feud now with Killian Cross's crew, and that just kicked off. There are some issues I have with some of it, but not with the crew. Like, I mean, the gimmicks are good. It's just too much laughing for me. Like, and I mean, I get it. I get why he's doing it, so I'm not going to disrespect it because it's his craft. So I'm not going to. But I would like to see him be just a little darker and not. The problem is everybody keeps trying to tap into the Joker situation, and everybody don't need to be Joker. We need penguins. We need Two Faces. Mm-hmm. We don't need everybody just laughing hysterically for no reason.
Right.
It was cute 2 years ago. It ain't cute no more.
Yeah.
So that's my opinion on the whole laughing thing.
Okay.
But
so
back to the
yeah. So the momentum behind them is going. So I'm not
I don't think it's there
for the unusual WWE fan. Me. That it's going because I see nothing on YouTube about it. All the heat they had when he was on his way back and how the fans got real hype. For me, outside of WWE, it's going. I don't see anything about it.
They didn't have no direction. I mean, that's at the end of the day. That's creative problem.
So it's going.
No, it's not going. Because when they show up, it's a pop every time. They're trying to give him that Undertaker mystique where he doesn't show up a lot, but then when they show up, it's a pop. I mean, and
when was the last time they showed up?
Last
Because the last time I
Monday.
seen anything on YouTube about them was Summer.
No, last Monday. And they got beat up. But they got a pop though. They got a pop, and it showed that they're not like they got some good people with them. The Miz is a beautiful heel. The Miz may be the second greatest heel.
The
right
Miz
now.
is with them.
No, the Miz is with Killian Cross. Honestly, I would say this: Miz and Dominic Mysterio is probably two of the greatest heels right now that can get heat whenever, just by showing up.
Okay.
Maybe even better than MJF. Actually, I will say that. I will say that.
More than Don Callis?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Way. No way. Don Callis gets more heat than almost anybody I've heard.
You know what? I got one thing to say to you. Miz Girl. Go look up the Miz Girl.
Okay.
If you look up Miz Girl, that tells you right there all you need to know about his kind of heat.
Because, I mean, they were cheering for Miz when he was hooked up with, what's his name from Charlotte? I think they had the tag titles this year.
Oh.
The black guy.
R-Truth.
Yeah, when he was hooked up for R-Truth, I caught a few things on YouTube, and they were cheering for him.
You got to watch the Miz Girl segment. Okay. That would show you he got true heat.
Is that from this year?
No, that was from when you started watching it when they was doing that.
Well, I'm talking about more recent.
No, but he still gets heat. He's the kind
more
of
heat than Don Callis gets right now. Yeah, he gets a lot of heat then because Don Callis.
Oh yeah.
Don Callis got he
got kind of heat that he might get stabbed.
No, sidebar. AEW, I am a loyalist. I am a fan. The fan base for AEW y'all need to be more passionate at the events. I wish I could be at every one of them. Y'all need to be more passionate at events because y'all be letting the ball drop because y'all be sitting there, I guess, eating popcorn just all quiet. But y'all need to be part of the production.
No, it depends on where you at. If they was in Japan, it's okay.
Yeah, Japan is. I mean, all the foreign countries seem to be better than America.
No, Japan, I love Japan wrestling.
No, what I'm saying
the
is
crowd reaction.
Yeah, but I'm talking about crowd reaction, and I'm not just talking AEW. I'm talking about all the wrestling seems to get it better when they go to foreign country. I watched because we're on Bloodline. I watched when they were over there in Saudi. In Saudi, that crowd pop was enormous. It was crazy. It was ridiculous.
No, you get them like you.
When they went to Europe earlier this year,
and
Jimmy. No, Jay. Jay's the one with all the heat. Jay went over there. They went to Europe, and they had the lights out.
Oh yeah. Oh, they was in it.
That was.
Now I will say this much on the Bloodline. I would rather see another family member come in instead of having Sammy. Although I do get it, logistically it makes sense for the OG Bloodline to have Sammy. But I think if they wanted to keep it like family, they would have brought in another Samoan.
But it wouldn't have been the OG.
I know. I mean,
not unless they're gonna bring in their dad.
No, they can bring in. They got Zilla. They got a lot of them. A lot of them boys out there
that were running when they were OG. But it's got to be somebody that was running when they became the Bloodline.
I understood. Like when I first thought about it, I was like, okay, they're gonna bring back Zillow or somebody from the Indies, like they did with Jacob and all of them. But I got it. I said, okay, cool. But they still need a fifth member though.
Yeah. So who is that fifth member in your expectation? You are the resident WWE fan and expert. Who is that fifth member going to be? Because I'm not able to figure it out. The only one I could see that they tried to sneak in that seemed like in one of the episodes or segments I saw on YouTube was
Seth Rollins.
Yep, Seth Rollins or KO.
Nah, KO's a heel now. KO's a heel. He back on his bully. Okay. I love it. I don't know. Like I think Seth Rollins, it'd be too much tension. You need a fluid team to go against that kind of fluid team. You can't have kind of that I don't like you, but I like you kind of situation. You need somebody who's going to come in and really be on that, who's going to acknowledge. Because at the end of the day, it's about acknowledgement.
Right.
And Seth Rollins is not going to acknowledge him. So there's no point in him being there. So I think they need to get somebody from the Indies.
But it seemed like Seth may be a good one just for the fact of the history with him and Roman in the Shield.
Now, it could mend it, and it could go. At the end of this, like that could be a story within the story. Which Triple H is good for that. He can layer it on. So I wouldn't be surprised. I'm ready to see Jacob really talk again because Jacob be talking. And I told you, Solo remind me of Nino Brown. Solo, I swear, if I ever meet Solo, I'm like, hey, did you get any Nino Brown? Because the way he coming, got the Jerry. All he got to do is get a pit bull and talk about he about to make some change out of somebody. It'll be a great day. That's all I'm saying.
So who's their fifth member? Which that should be easier because, like you said, they could bring in somebody.
No, they don't got five. They only got. There's only four of them.
Right. They need a fifth, right?
So they both need a fifth.
I thought so. You said that the OG need a fifth. I thought in the whatever they got coming up,
They would have to be
the War Games. I
Yeah,
thought
they
it was
would.
5-on-5.
They both would need a fifth then
because remember they were trying to recruit Sammy.
Yeah, so okay, so then yeah, they're gonna get something. It might be Kevin. That would be good.
Yeah,
because
KO versus Sammy.
And they've had some great rivalries. And not to mention he did kick him in his head in the last War Games. So that would be good. I just want to hear. I can't do it now because I throw a little crunky. But I really want to see my man's come back and say War Games. William Regal. I love William Regal. That's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, anyways.
But he said he wasn't gonna do much in front of the camera.
No.
He's there for the son right now.
Yeah, which I can respect that. But they're not. It's not gonna be complete until they get the Wise Man back.
Oh yeah, he's gonna come back.
The Wise Man is
amazing when he comes back.
The Wise Man.
That's gonna be one of the biggest pops of the year.
I think the reason why the Wise Man is gonna be good because it's gonna reflect the old NWA when you got the manager telling everybody what to do, instructing them and giving them things. I just want to know, in your opinion, when they do this, who's gonna be the first people to go in the match? Who do you got going first?
What, getting kicked out of the match?
No, going first in the match.
Well, I don't know much about War Games.
Okay, so War Games, the way it is you get 5 people. They're locked in the cage. They're like a mini cage for each other. One's on this side, one's on that side.
Okay.
You get one person to come in. You get one member from each team, and they flip a coin.
So they go 1-on-1 first.
And then whoever flips the coin, whoever wins the coin, they get the advantage. So let's say
2-on-1.
Yeah. Then another one comes in, and it's 2-on-2. Then you go 3-on-2. And then the match doesn't start till all 5 of them get in there. And then you can't win. Well, it used to be submission, but you have to be at either pin or submission. And it's not getting out of the ring. So I mean, I would.
So you're saying. So you're asking me who do I think is going to be the first 2?
Yeah.
And who do I think is going to win? With it being that way, I'm thinking the first 2. It definitely, I'll say who it will not be because they're going to wait for that one. It will not be the OG versus the new head of
No.
They're gonna wait till the very end of that. But I'm thinking. You want a loud pop, but you don't want to have the OG in. So I'm thinking it's gonna be Jay. Jay and
Tangaloa.
That's who you think it would be?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say it's gonna go to Usos versus the God. They're gonna go them. Then you're gonna turn around and you're gonna get Sammy. Because you want the werewolf to go like when you want to get technical, you want the werewolf to come in like second to last. Because he's gonna wreck house. He's just gonna destroy everything. Smoke, walk. That's what he's gonna do. Then you want to put Roman in there last. But then again, you could switch it up and put Roman in there first because he's a tribal chief, so he's leading his warriors in the. Because now it's different.
Versus when he was a hero, he'd been like, "Get in there, get in there."
So he might
destroy him.
He might switch it up, and they think that they might put in somebody else, like one of the God members in there, and then he go in there. Now if he does the whole match, that'd be great. I would like to see that because I mean that match is gonna be about an hour. Because I mean think about it, every 5 minutes.
Got to be.
Yeah, every 5 minutes. Yeah, it's gonna be a long match, and it's gonna be with the Wise Men in there. And what's gonna make the match great is going to be honestly. It's gonna be Paul Heyman. He's gonna make the match.
You think the Wise Man is gonna come back before it, or you think he's gonna come back during it?
No,
and then
he gonna come back. Because he's gonna make the match great. Because we're gonna watch the match, but we're gonna see his reaction to everything, and that's what makes a lot of times what makes Roman matches and what made Brock Lesnar matches great was Paul Heyman.
Okay.
When he broke the streak. I mean, the streak got broke, but because of Paul Heyman, Paul Heyman gave everybody facial expression that we all had, and we saw it on the camera. He gave us what we felt. And when you watch him, and like when the tribal chief's in trouble, you feel like, oh wait, he's really in trouble because Paul's in trouble.
So if you think Paul is going to come back before it, when do you think they're going to bring him back? Because when are the War Games? Is that the one that's the last part of this month? That's the next one, right?
Let me check. Paul.
Okay, check it. Microphone, check it.
We're on a commercial break right now.
We're on a commercial break. Go back and look at our short and our long, or my short and my long, of the greatest AEW champions. Go in the comment section. Make your comment on who you think are the top or is the number 1 AEW champion in the history of AEW. And if you put CM Punk, I will ban you from I'm messing. You can put,
it's at the end of the month.
End of the month. Okay. So it must be the week after AEW's. So AEW's is next weekend, not this weekend. Yeah. And there's this. Okay. So when do you think the Wise Man?
The Wise Man's coming back.
Will make a return.
Next week.
Next week.
Because they got 2 weeks before because it's gonna be that's gonna be rough because they're gonna eat that Thanksgiving dinner. They're gonna have to get back in shape in one day. I'm just saying because I'm not gonna not eat on Thanksgiving the War Games. But okay, I would say this: if you haven't watched the War Games, I would say watch.
I ain't watched War Games since the 90s.
I would watch. So I would watch one in the 80s with Ric Flair and them.
Oh, I've seen that.
I watched one of those.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely recommend watching any of. Now I know everybody liked the one with the Bloodline that they did, but honestly, NXT War Games, they were hitting on 10.
Okay.
I would definitely recommend anybody to go watch. If you haven't watched the War Games, which I'm pretty sure most of y'all have, but if you haven't, I would definitely say go watch a couple of those. And even the women's one. The women's one was really, really good.
Okay.
I would dare say that I would put just about any of the NXT War Games over the last Bloodline War Games. Like and the men's one, they was cleaving bodies up. But they were also little guys. But I mean, I think I wouldn't mind seeing a couple. I wouldn't mind seeing a Samoan Splash from the top of the cage.
Okay.
I would not be mad when they break up because I do want to see Jacob Fatu become Jacob Fatu.
All right.
But there is a match within there that we want to see, but I think people don't realize it. We want to see Jacob versus Jay. We want to see that.
Okay.
And then we want to see Roman versus Jacob, and we want to see Solo versus Jay. Or actually, I would rather see Jimmy versus Jay.
Brothers again?
No, because think about it. He didn't really do nothing to Jay. He's the reason why Jimmy was out for so long. So if anybody would be a match, it would be Jimmy versus Solo. And I don't know. I know they're doing a women's War Games, which I'm really not impressed about, to be honest with you, because it's not.
Let me guess who's in that.
No.
Jay Cargill.
No, I don't think so.
Good.
I don't think so.
Let me stop. I don't care. Hey, I wish Jay Cargill the best.
No, I don't think she's gonna be in it. But she about to get paid on WrestleMania.
Why is that?
Oh, that match had already started. They started sprinkling the sense of their tag team to go into that's gonna be their WrestleMania match.
Oh, okay.
Although.
Why do you say she's gonna get paid? Are they gonna give her extra money?
Yeah, that's the payday right there. They set that match up when she first came out as a baby face.
So they give you extra money even though you get in the contract?
No, because like it's almost like it's like a payday, like a pay fight. Like the more viewers, like people are going to watch certain matches, and they already set that match up. Like if you watched Royal Rumble, you saw certain matches that they were setting up that you would see. And when they first got in there, they did a pose off. They were showing like they both had two women in the air, and they kind of looked at it, and you can kind of tell, okay, this is going to be a WrestleMania match. So I'm thinking it's going to be a good match, in my opinion. Not the best. I would definitely say the future of, as far as the black women go in WWE, is definitely Jada Parker.
Oh, I seen her a little bit.
Jada Parker. And I just want to know, when they gave her that name, what are they thinking about? Was it like, did they give like Jada Pinkett, and then they also gave Miss Parker? Remember from Friday, Miss Parker, like, and she get that Miss Parker vibe. I'm sorry, like she light skinned, she's a very gorgeous woman. And I was like, and every time I see her, I'm like, Miss Parker, Miss Parker. Like, I just hear it in my head. I just hear Smokey in my head. I don't like I think she's a very talented woman. Like completely, I love her as a wrestler. Like her gimmick is great.
Well, now that you mentioned her, I'll make sure I check out some of the stuff on YouTube of her.
Especially when she said she started to taste out somebody's mouth, then she did it.
Oh, she's real good on the microphone?
Yeah, she definitely gives, like, I don't think she's like that in reality. She, like, I've seen her talking about, she's a very sweet person, but she can definitely pull that.
Who does the best promo work between her and Jay Cargill?
Oh, by far, like, leaps and bounds.
Who? Which one?
Jada.
Oh, okay.
Jada's a complete wrestler. And, she was a complete wrestler. She got in the wrestling by accident. But either way, we're not.
They say the same thing about Jay Cargill.
Well, Mark Henry discovered her.
Yeah.
It was different for what's name. But either way, I will say, I know we're kind of hopping off subject. I was thinking about this on the way up here. Willow Nightingale.
Yeah, that's my girl. Love Willow.
Willow Nightingale needs.
Here we go.
Now, I don't care.
Here we go. I already know where you go. Go ahead.
No. So I thought about this. There are certain matches I want to see. But I don't care if they go from WWE to AEW, or there are certain matches, that's where the money is. There are money matches. Like
her versus who?
I can say Rhea, because she can work with the big girls. She can work big and small and still make them look good. She's actually, I know what I meant to tell you. She's a better babyface than Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Like she's like you look.
She's a great babyface.
She's like her heel. I think she gives happy bubbly, but I'm tough, and I like that about her.
Yep.
And
no matter what's going on, smiled anyway, and she pulls it off.
I mean, and
without being super corny.
She could even be, even with her being her personality, she could still use her personality and still be a heel.
Yeah, but I mean, everybody don't need to be.
No, everybody doesn't need, but Cody Rhodes need to be a heel.
I hear you saying it. I guess we're gonna get it because you're saying it's gonna happen.
Because I mean, his babyface work is great, but it's getting old.
I mean, Cody, and it hurts me to say this because I really love Cody.
Oh yeah,
I do. But like, evidently, he's somebody else that don't really have that kind of heat because I barely see anything coming up on YouTube. Well, and it's gonna get put. YouTube is always gonna push somebody that's getting a lot of heat, and his stuff ain't getting a whole lot of heat.
Cody didn't become real famous until he turned heel, and once he turned heel, he didn't turn back babyface until he went to AEW. Mm-hmm. But when he was in the Bullet Club, he was on that. He was on that time, give people the middle finger and everything.
I had to go back and watch some of the Bullet Club stuff because
I see the anthology.
I know a lot of AEW. I looked it up some when they first got AEW because I was like Bullet Club, so I looked it up on Wikipedia.
Which is funny. There's a lot of Bullet Club members in WWE right now.
Is it?
Yeah, the God, they're original members. Finn Balor's
the boys from Detroit too, right?
What boys?
Motor City.
No.
They weren't Bullet Club.
No. So you got.
You sure?
Yes.
What were they part of? Because I thought
they were the Motor City Machine Guns.
Well,
that's the PG name. They had another name they went by too.
MF and Machine Gun?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. They was on that. They was on that. So you think about it. You got the God, the Gorillas of Destruction. Finn Balor, which is the original, the Anderson and Gallo original. So you got the original 4 members right there.
Yep.
Then you got Cody. Cody's a Bullet Club member. I think that's it. But all the original members when they originally started the Bullet Club is working for WWE right now.
All of the originals?
Yeah.
So what's his name? What's his name? Bang. He went in original.
Who?
That's with AEW.
King America?
No. Shoot. What's his name? He's got a foreign accent. Shoot. God dang it.
No, Will Ospreay.
No. No.
Because it was originally because they were all Caucasians. They weren't from China. But it was hey, do not come for me if I get this completely wrong. It's been a minute. But it was Prince Devitt, the God, Gallows and Anderson, another guy from New Japan, and then they started expanding. Oh, you talking about
Juice and Thunder?
No, not Juice and Thunder.
And
it's like Juice and Thunder, but it's not. Because when you say Juice and Thunder, I think Juice and Thunder liar.
Yeah.
And he was great. But yeah, not saving this. I know who you're talking about. He was a newer member though. He kind of came in towards
this.
The
must be an alphabetical order. I was about to say, how is he not there? Jay White.
No.
He won Bullet Club?
He was, but he wasn't an original.
He wasn't original. Okay. All right.
He came in like around the era when Cody and them was leaving and Kenny. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. And him.
Yeah,
Juice Robinson.
Yeah, Juice Robinson.
I
think he's dating, if I'm not mistaken.
He's married. No,
he's
they're
married
dating. They're dating.
Tony Storm.
Yep, that's his.
Timeless.
Yep.
Sorry.
Timeless one.
That's one of my favorite characters. Honestly, she's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you some favorite wrestlers who are over the top, and you may not necessarily agree with all of them. The original OG one, I would say, as far as when I remember, will be Goldust. Mm-hmm. Because Goldust is, when you look at Goldust, you can see all of him and all of these characters. Because I see Goldust when I look at Tony Storm.
Okay.
Because the whole night, because remember when he first came out, he was doing the movie vignettes and he was quoting movies. And I saw that, I was like, let's go Dust. And then I looked at, you don't remember him, but The Velveteen Dream.
I don't remember him.
I didn't think he was watching at that point. I like The Velveteen. He gave me Goldust vibes. Yeah. He gave me original Goldust vibes. I like that. I like that. I mean, he was arrogant and great. Who else gave it to me? That gave me that real like over the top. There was somebody else. I can't remember who else. But yeah, those 3 people. When I see him, I see Goldust, and you could tell like they really took, especially when she's like the 1940 movies. I'm like, oh, this is Goldust all over again. But yeah, I'm sorry I had to go on my bag on that one.
No problem. So we got that way, and we were going to bring it back around to the Bloodline.
All right.
Where did we leave that off at?
We left that off when we were talking about who would start. Okay, you know what? We'll do it better than this. Let's not say who would start. If you were booking the match, if you were booking a match, who would you have first in the ring, and who would you have in order, in systematic order? Who would you have?
I'm terrible with all their names, especially with the new bloodline. But I'm definitely gonna have Jay kicking it off because I want the crowd so far in it. It would be
It's
crazy.
just me, Oos. Okay.
Yeah, so I would want Jay kicking it off, and I'm gonna kind of go along with you. I want him in there with his brother, Solo.
Okay.
Because the last two that I want in there, I'm going with you on this, is Roman and
Small werewolf. I love his gimmick. That's kills it.
He kills it.
All right, so I'm gonna switch it up. So I'm gonna go Jimmy.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go Tama Tonga, because Tama Tonga is the one who took him out.
Mm-hmm.
That would be right there. That goes right there. You're standing in the ring with the man that took you out for what, 6 months, 3 or 4 months.
Yep.
Good time. Yeah. I would start with that one. Then I would go Sammy and Tonga Loa.
Okay.
Then I would go. Sammy and Solo. I could switch it off. I could probably switch it off. Sammy and Solo. Then I would go the Samoan Werewolf to clean it up. But if I was to be honest, I would have, because Roman's gonna be last.
Mm-hmm.
Roman's gonna be the anchor of the match.
Yep.
So at the end of the day, you would want to have Solo. You would want to have, technically, you should go Tonga Loa, Tama Tonga, the Samoan Werewolf, Solo Sikoa. Because when Solo come in, Jacob had cleared everybody up, so he's gonna come in. He's gonna come in just picking bones, and they're gonna beat them all up, and they're gonna be waiting. Because what you're gonna want to get is you're gonna want to see Roman come in and see all of them looking and waiting for him, chopping at the bits while they beat up everybody else. There's a couple good spots you can see in this match, and you kind of want to see whether it's Jacob like looking down, being like, "I'm waiting for you to come in," because there's a lot of dynamics that's going on in this match.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, now I hate to cut it, I hate to bounce it, but there's one other match I want to see at WrestleMania, and if they do it right, it's gonna be great.
The WrestleMania. Which one is that?
It's gonna be Xavier Woods versus Kofi Kingston. If they do it right, that could be money.
I like Kofi. I don't know a whole lot about him, but I like Kofi.
I like Xavier better. Because Xavier's the reason. Xavier's the reason why this whole thing started off. He could have been like, "Yo, I've been selfless. I made sure you and West Ham became champions, and I put myself on the back." Like so many ways he could take this. But definitely, I do like the fact that they have this going on because it gives Roman something to do. That's not putting him in the WWE Championship. Which I don't know who. At this point, I don't know who they're gonna put for Cody.
Well, we already know who said I don't even gonna come back for it.
Who?
One of my favorite top 10 wrestlers, but he's
The
loved the whole thing up because he's coming back.
Oh yeah,
We already know.
Oh wait, that might be their 5th member.
For the new.
Yeah,
it might be.
And then he comes in at the end.
Mm-hmm. It might be.
That might be that. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm saying The Rock. I'm saying their 5th member is The Rock.
Okay.
And he's not gonna be in the cage because it's The Rock, and Rock he's grandiose.
Mm-hmm.
So the electricity, he's gonna come in, he's gonna try to clean everybody up.
So have them act like they don't have the 5th member, like we couldn't find him.
No, he coming. And he's gonna come in a limousine and the electricity. He gonna have that belt.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous.
That he got from Muhammad Ali.
That was ridiculous. The fact that there was not even know about that. That was wild. That was just arrogant on another level. Mm-hmm. I'm here to. That's like you getting an award for what you've done and me coming in and they handed me a title. Well, your honor being like, we want to give you this title because you're so great. I'm like, what? No. I was like, really, dude? And then the disrespect. Why would you wear the belt? You shouldn't know the issue. I'm the world champion. You don't need to have no belt. You need to come down there and have my badge. You got a belt with? No, man, that was wild.
Hey, the Rock's ego. Ain't a whole lot you can say about that other than his big ego.
That's a wild ego right there, boy. I would have said something like, man, you taking that belt off, right? Because we ain't doing that here.
I love Dwayne, but I definitely did not like him trying to screw over Cody when it came to the whole, the story and all of that.
I don't know what.
But he brings box office.
I don't know. Did they call Jimmy? Jesus, when I saw that match, I was like, how many run-ins they going to do? Like, they look like some old WCW when they just running after running after running. I was like, did they call Jimmy? What's his name? Who used to run WCW?
Russo.
Russo.
Oh, Jim. Oh, God.
What's his name?
That's it, Russo.
Russo. Yeah,
Vince Russo.
I thought they called Vince Russo to produce the match. Because think about all the run-ins. Did you see what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, did Vince Russo produce this? Because there's a lot of like, damn. Was the Undertaker like, damn, run-ins that made no sense. Why is the Undertaker here? I was like, Vince Russo. He must call Vince. Yo, Russo, we need something crazy. He was like, yo, we'll put Undertaker in here. We're gonna put The Rock. We're gonna put everybody named Mama in here.
Mm-hmm. It's some people that wrestling fans listen to on YouTube and all of that. That I'm just like, why do y'all listen to these people? He's one of them.
Who's the other?
The AEW resident, two AEW resident haters,
Oh.
and both of them I have mad respect for what they did in the 80s and 90s.
Oh.
Well, one for the 80s and the other one for the 90s.
Oh.
Jim Cornette.
No, you should have known that.
Jim Cornette.
You should have known Jimmy wasn't gonna have that.
He's a super hater.
You didn't know that? Jimmy's crazy.
I mean, I know he's crazy, but the hate on AEW as much as he does is like, homie, your life is built on hate. It's like watching MSNBC all day long.
Listen,
all you're gonna hear is hate, and it's not gonna be anything else. It's nothing about. It's like, ladies, it's like y'all sitting down watching The View and think you're gonna get objective opinions. It ain't gonna happen.
But okay, so here's my thing about him. Here's my thing about. Sometimes I like him, cause sometimes I just be what I'm like. What are you gonna say? And some things I think he does have a point on.
Of course, I got a broke watch sitting in my drawer.
Okay,
it's right twice a day.
Now there are some things,
but it's still not any good because it's not keeping time.
But he's
same thing with Jimmy.
But Jimmy's old school, and
I'm old school. No, but
Jimmy to the like all these insane like. I get where Jimmy's coming from on certain levels, but I don't necessarily agree with it. Like, I can understand his sentiment.
He dogged out one of the hottest people in wrestling.
Who?
On all wrestling. He dogged everything about him out in the beginning.
Who?
Everything.
Who was it? You say Kenny Omega because he don't like Kenny. Oh, okay. Yeah, I get that. That makes sense.
He dogged everything out.
That makes sense, though. That makes sense. That does. I mean, as far as for Jimmy Logic, that makes perfect sense because he's not doing the business justice. Because Jimmy's old school, and you're disrespecting the business. I get where he's coming from, but at the end of the day, you have to remember this is entertainment, and but AEW is.
But see, let me tell you something. The big difference is Jimmy old school versus my guy, Jim Ross old school. Jim Ross did not,
The flopper.
Yeah, Jim Ross did not get Orange Cassidy at all. I remember hearing him on his podcast when AEW was getting started, and he was like, I don't get it, whatever. And then eventually, Jim Ross was like, wow, the crowd loves it, and now I see.
That's the thing. Like
he said, I see what he's doing. Plus, he was like, this dude can straight out wrestle.
No, he can go. Like when he wants to go, he goes.
Yeah.
But I think what people don't. I think what a lot of people like Cornette forget is. And this is also a Vince McMahon flaw too. Vince McMahon, like, if he didn't get it, if you are over, but he didn't get it, he would stop it.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting over. And like Orange Cassidy, he's his own character. Like he's over. He just does it. Yeah, I mean, he's better than what's his name?
Who that?
You know who? The Stinger fan.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah,
leave my boy Darby Allin alone. We're gonna talk about that some other time.
Okay.
We're gonna talk about. We got to do an episode. Dwight's dislikes of characters in AEW.
No, but that's the only one. That's the only one.
That's gonna be fun.
That's the only one. That's the only one.
I can tell you one that he did not like and get, and now he's over. Here's the pun. He's over the moon about now.
Who?
You should get it after the pun.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
over the moon.
Yes.
Amber.
Yes.
Athena?
No, but
the fallen goddess.
But what did I say? I said in WWE, I like she couldn't get with the system. But
what did I tell you?
You told me to go watch it.
I said she's got it. Like she goes hard.
But what I said WWE. But she also quit WWE too.
Yeah, right.
So like a lot of times I'll say that. Now I will say this. I said, look, in the WWE system, she's not fitting in, and that's something we all have to remember that. Just because your favorite wrestler works good in one system doesn't mean that they're going to work good in the next system.
Right.
So a lot of times you want these dream matches, you need to figure out, there's a lot of AEW guys that's not going to work well in the WWE system.
Right.
And that's no disrespect, just the way that they wrestle. the best place to say I would say to get talent for AEW and WWE is only one place, TNA.
Okay.
And here's my argument why: because TNA did a dual ship with. Remember they did it with AEW for a little bit. Now they're doing it with WWE.
Right.
So these wrestlers can go both ways.
Right.
So I mean, I'm not saying that that's where you should go to get them, but they got some good wrestling down there. I mean, it's not great, but I mean the wrestling's great. Their handling of a lot of other things are just not
Right.
there.
But okay. So back at Bloodline.
Right.
We're gonna get
Yeah.
playing.
Because if I can talk wrestling, I'll go everywhere. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's good. It's good. So in the Bloodline, some of the things that I love about the Bloodline, I love the fact that the twin brothers, their chemistry, of course, is perfect.
Yeah.
Jimmy and Jay. Seeing a lot of people talk about long-term storyline or sticking to that and stuff like that. It's one of the best in history of wrestling, the whole Bloodline thing. Because really, when did we get started with Bloodline? Pandemic, right? When they were actually starting to be called, when they started doing the acknowledge me and all of that.
I mean, technically, Roman Reigns will be technically in the second longest feud. Because like their long term storytelling, even still going on now between him and Seth Rollins.
Mm-hmm.
That story's still going on.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is,
even after they break up, even after the Bloodline, both of them disintegrate and go down, you're still gonna have certain little hatreds going on.
But I'm gonna show you why the Bloodline is further than even that.
Why?
Is because it's all about the Bloodline. And when we talk about the Bloodline, we're going all the way back to the 60s. When we talk about the original Samoans that came into wrestling. Because that's really what's got the possibility of even the Bloodline counting. If we didn't have them starting in the 60s and then 70s and then starting to really get big with the Wild Samoans in the 80s, and then getting even bigger, and then Rikishi to start doing the dance thing and all of that, and getting bigger and bigger, if we didn't have all of that foundation, it's because of the foundation of the actual bloodline of the Ananoy family.
Yeah.
That's long term.
But they actually stole that from somewhere else though.
Maybe.
No, they did because there was an indie group for a while called the Samoan Mafia, and it kind of like I saw that a couple years ago. I'm like, that could be great. They do it, and now they're kind of doing it now. But I still say, granted,
but you got to give me that now.
I give you that, but
this storyline started back in the 60s.
Yeah, but I still say that that yes, it started back in the 60s, but that, I mean, it manifests into this. I still would say the Seth Rollins and what's name is a better story.
Maybe, but
because it's something that you can relate to.
Right.
I mean, like when he stabbed him in the back, like, and like I get the whole. Like, I'm not taking that away from them. Not taking it. That family has put money in Vince McMahon's pocket.
Didn't they though?
And he's done a couple things for their family.
And he poo pooed on them too.
I mean, you ain't hear what he said. You ain't hear what he said to Roman that one time.
No.
You are one generation away from having a bone in your nose. And
he
said that.
He did not lie.
He said that on national TV.
He did not lie because honestly,
I
actually thought what's his name was actually from Japan.
Who? Yokozuna?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, I thought it. He sold that. I don't know who get the better credit for it. Vince for doing such a messed up thing to have him do that, or him actually.
But he fit the character though. But he fit the character. I mean, he fit a similar wrestler. I think he did.
He did, but I'm just saying.
It was only somebody. I mean, at that point, I think it was a genius idea in my opinion.
He did a better job of convincing me that he was Japan than Ivan Koloff did at convincing me he was Russian. And I grew up knowing Ivan Koloff was Russian, or Shiki thinking that Iron Sheik was.
Yes.
Huh?
Iron Sheik is from
Iran?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
No, you keep on talking. We're gonna look that up. Go ahead.
Yeah, he definitely is.
You keep the dice rolling.
Listen, I'm trying to tell y'all. I know this. I've been watching wrestling for decades, doing history, being a nerd, being a history buff. It works out. But I'm not. I still say that whole Seth Rollins thing.
Right.
Yeah, Shiki baby. He has some bad habits, but Shiki baby. And he was really like that too.
Yeah,
in wrestling.
According to Dwayne, I watched Young Rock, and he went into a lot of it. I don't know how much stuff.
Because he used to wrestle. He was wrestling for like the Greco-Roman wrestling in Saudi Arabia. He was like that. Yeah. He was on that. You know, he used to bring them things. Mm-hmm. They, people, even I watched. I got caught up in it for a couple months. So I would watch the video. Not him doing it, but like they'll take them to like bodybuilders and they can't do them because it's not just a straight thing. It's a whole body because it's a whole thing. Like they can't even get them up to initially start. It's not even just the whole you got to get them up, and then you got to get it. They can't do it.
Wow.
I'll send you a video.
Okay.
I forgot what they called. I used to know the name of them. But yeah.
But back
to that. I think this is one of the better storylines that they have right now.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple of other storylines that they're not cultivating as much, but they're gonna be great support characters.
Yeah, but if they're not cultivating them as much, they're not better storyline yet.
Well, but they're also giving them.
There's no better storyline in wrestling over the past since I've been watching than the Bloodline storyline. And I'm an AEW homer. I love AEW all day AEW, but there's no storyline. Closest thing AEW may have had the best storyline. So I'll drift a little bit. Best storyline that I can remember out of AEW for me was the Belt Collector.
Oh yeah.
To me, absolutely best.
Not the original Belt Collector, but I'll send you the picture of the original Belt Collector.
Well, I'm talking about Kenny Omega Belt Collector.
Yeah. But that other Belt Collector was nice.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was amazing.
Ultimo Dragon.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Funny thing about it was he had a WWE title with him when he was in WCW.
Dang.
That's
gangster.
No, because they had canceled that. They had lost the title in Japan, and then you never when he got it back.
Oh,
so when he unified it, he won the cup, and with the cup came all of those championships. That's how you unified them.
Dang.
That was crazy.
Yeah. But
Japan's always been on it.
Yeah, but for AEW, Belt Collector to me was probably the greatest storyline because Kenny sold it, and for him to be able to do what he would do, and the fact he would go to Japan, get belts. In America, he got belts. This one, he got belts.
I think the whole story of him getting there, failing, finding himself, and then becoming out. The AEW is definitely good for long-term storytelling. Better, not okay. I'm not gonna say they're better than WWE at this point because WWE have been doing it, but they was doing it in NXT
and WWE. To WWE's credit,
they just picked this up.
They have actual script writers that work for them.
But this is something new. This is something that Vince wasn't doing.
Oh, he didn't have the script writers?
No. Like script writers is one thing, but as far as like long-term storytelling, that wasn't Vince McMahon wasn't doing that. Started.
Yeah, they did say he'd show up one day and they'd be thinking they get ready to do something. And he'd just be like, "Here it is."
But like Triple H was, being a student of the game. He started that in NXT. Like started bringing it back to NXT because New Japan was good for that. New Japan had a storyline going for 6-7 years, and like even like just small moments that happened to make the whole story complete story.
So basically, you're saying that Vince McMahon is definitely not behind the Bloodline stuff. That's probably Paul Heyman.
No, not Triple H.
It started before Triple H. Really, Triple H was still doing NXT stuff when the Bloodline.
No, because it wasn't. It was just Roman at the time. They didn't really start getting the bloodline together.
2002.
Yeah, Vince McMahon was on his way out.
He was still there.
He was.
I remember. I promise you, he was still there. I remember doing my Uber deliveries, listening to them guys on XM, and they were talking about Vince McMahon and all the stuff he was doing.
I think he was in it, but I think.
And Triple H, remember, he got sick for a while, and he was out of doing anything for at least a good 6 months.
But I believe Triple H had more to play with it because without the Vince McMahon, that would have been ended a long time ago.
Maybe I'll give Triple H for allowing it to continue, but I think Paul Heyman was.
You see what they did with the Hurt Business?
Talking about Vince?
Yeah.
No, I didn't go back in that history. I'll check it out and we'll talk about it. All I'll say right now is I love because what are they? They're not calling themselves a Hurt Business right now, right?
No,
they're Hurt something.
Hurt Syndicate.
Syndicate. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love those guys. Let me tell you something. You know you got it when you show up on the screen and you just exude
confidence.
Right. But they do that.
They should have never broke them up in WWE.
We'll talk about that. I don't know enough about that, so I'll be a bad conversation about it. We'll get to that. But I'll say what they're doing now.
Yeah.
Like even whoever's watching, you want to watch a good segment from AEW, Renee Paquette, who's probably I'm thinking she's one of the best in business at what she does.
Yeah.
She's amazing. She did an interview with them, all three of them.
I seen that.
Yeah, them boys gave me Black Horseman vibes.
Yes.
They were amazing. But I did go in the comment section on AEW and just say these guys look great. They're amazing. And one of the things they talked about in the interview was we don't wear jeans. I was like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
I was like, that's cool. I like that because they got that. They about the business vibe. Sheldon had on a darn computer on his wrist, while all the other ones had the baddest watches you could see.
Well, he's a nerd.
I don't give a flying flip. They're about the business. Don't wear jeans. Don't wear a computer
He's
on
the
your
muscle. He's the muscle. He ain't
Don't
trained.
matter.
Yes, I do.
No, it don't matter.
No, I got to disagree.
Don't wear a computer on your wrist. When y'all as sharp as y'all are, and y'all some sharp jokers. I mean, y'all can be in GQ magazine as sharp as they dress. Do not have a computer on your wrist.
I got to disagree.
Have a timepiece.
No.
I don't care if it's a Rolex. I don't care if it's an Ebel. I don't care if it's a Longines. I don't care if it's any of the super expensive ones that's up there with the Rolex. Do not wear a computer on your wrist.
I got to disagree.
I'm listening.
Because he played his role as a muscle. And it was just odd to say because Bobby, how big is Bobby? I know.
Bobby's a finisher.
But he's not a flashy guy. I mean, granted,
Who's not a flashy guy?
Shelton Benjamin.
Did you see the suit he had on?
Yeah, but
that's flash.
He's not flashy guy.
It's class. I'm not talking about
he's classy.
flashy.
No, but he look classy though.
That computer on his wrist is not classy.
You gotta let it go.
I'm telling you. He did not need to have that darn computer on his wrist.
He's Frank
Wear
Lucas.
a timepiece.
He's Frank Lucas. He's trying to stay low key.
Frank Lucas.
He went out
the guy with the chinchilla.
Hey, he got to jail because of that too.
No, Frank Lucas equivalent is darn whose house? Swerve House.
Nah,
that's who Frank Lucas is.
Swerve. I like Swerve.
Swerve. I love their segment the other night.
Yeah.
When he is going to benefit more than anybody over those guys being there.
They do right with him, yeah.
Yeah, and you know who their fourth person is, and I told you when they were coming, and you said it's bad for them to go to AEW. I said,
who?
Who's
that fourth person?
Bobby's brother.
I would have said what's his name? I would have said Ricochet.
I mean, Ricochet could do it.
Ricochet did that rub.
Ricochet has the look that could pull it off. But I mean, this is Bobby's brother.
Oh, I can't say what I want to say, but yeah.
This is Bobby's brother.
But you gonna edit this part?
And
you got to edit this part. Because he light skinned. He just don't look right. He light skinned. He's a pretty boy. Can't have that.
Who's that? You talking about his brother, Max?
No, I'm talking about the pretty boy, Ricochet.
But Max is just as light skinned.
He can't talk though. We can't have two non-talkers in the group. Look, you got to edit this, but the problem with Shelton is Shelton can't talk. Ricochet can't talk. Like, they can't. I'm sorry. Like,
they put Max in there. Because I think, one, just reading the tea leaves, if you notice lately with, what's the name? The Acclaim.
Yeah.
Ugh, I did that. I said, I'll never do that.
Oh, you did that?
I did it right on Front Street.
We'll edit that.
No, I'll leave it in there, but it won't happen again.
Yeah, okay.
So the Acclaim, they already having friction a little bit because he kept the card.
Yeah.
And the big key in knowing that gig is up is we don't see Daddy with him. He hadn't been with them in about 2 weeks now.
You ain't gonna tell me that man on fire on the roads.
What?
You ain't gonna tell me he ain't on the fire on the roads.
He don't what?
You ain't gonna tell me he ain't on the steroids.
Oh yeah, he definitely on.
Because did you see him in '91?
Yeah, he big enough.
He's ripped like in '91. He looked like somebody I used to know back in the day.
Yeah,
that man look wow. He look wild.
Yeah, he on that Sylvester Stallone roids.
Either that, or he just really working out now.
No. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I tried.
Some HGH in it. There's some HGH. I ain't hating on him. Do him.
I didn't realize he was that big though.
Yeah, just joking.
No, I mean like
I didn't realize he was that old because he's older than I am.
I didn't realize he was like because he didn't like in WWE he kept himself up.
Oh yeah.
Now when he was the country dude, he didn't keep himself up. He got with them. He kept himself up. He started gradually getting to this physique that he got now at 60 years old. Look, you might have to edit a lot of stuff out. I'm working here. I'm about to say, I'm pretty sure why he loves him now. Why can't he look like that when he was 20? You want you 50 to look like this? Who you cheating on me with? That's all I'm saying. You don't get 50 and just get ripped like that.
Well, he don't have the same wife he had when he was in his 20s.
She's probably like 25 then.
So he's not with. You don't see him with them lately.
Yeah.
So I definitely think it's going to be a pull.
He probably might be working with his son or something. He might be doing off camera stuff.
Yeah, but his sons, they there. They where they need to be now.
I don't even know what
so he's probably doing off camera stuff. He might do some stuff, but I don't think we're gonna see him. I don't think they're gonna be saying, "Oh, sister me dad."
That's a wild statement to say. That's a wild statement to say. Wrestling fans, we have some of the wildest statements we say.
Yes.
Like, God, I love it.
There's almost no limit. And that's what you love about wrestling. There's almost no limit.
You know what's funny is? You know West Side Jones?
Oh, yeah.
The rapper? You know, some of my favorite rappers are wrestling fans.
Yep.
So, okay, this is off topic, but this is about wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to send you it. You watch battle rap?
I used to.
There's a battle rap, a bunch of battle rappers who love wrestling. They did a rap battle only using wrestling This is recent, so they're using AEW and
Okay.
WWE stuff. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
We'll talk about it next week.
All right. Yeah, send that to me. I want to see that.
'Cause I haven't watched it yet, so I've seen snippets of it, and it's Tay-Rock versus Chess. That's her name.
See, that's why you should be doing the reaction video of you watching it.
I don't have all the equipment to set it up. But listen, I'm working on it, Web. I'm working on it. All right.
Well, we are here now, so we can make sure that you get it recorded so you can put it on your channel.
All right.
I can put a monitor right there where you can watch it. We'll figure out the way to get it in there, and then we'll have a reaction video of you reacting to it. Yeah, there we go.
You about to edit it out because there'll be a lot of cussing in that video.
But it's your channel. You can put that.
Oh yeah. All right.
It ain't on my channel.
All right.
It's on yours.
Wait, can I come out Sunday and do it?
Yeah, should be able to.
I'm not gonna kiss Sunday. All right.
Listen,
I'll do it, and I'll have it up by Monday afternoon.
Okay.
All right.
Yep. So, because I know we're getting close. Yep, we're almost on the time. So, my thought, or what I said, and I'll stick to it, and I'll keep it to it. Bloodline stuff is amazing. I'm going to be sad when it ends, because I know it's going to come to an end.
You got to.
At least by the time 2026 rolls in, there probably
after
WrestleMania.
They probably start breaking up after WrestleMania.
Right.
And it won't be like a bad breakup. People just start going their own ways.
Right. Yep. Different. They'll have their own little grudges. And
Jacob Fatu for champion in 2026.
You think that is
2025, 2026? Yeah. Like, you got to watch his promos.
Okay. I'll go back and look at it. That'll be a little bit of my homework.
And he can really fight. He'll dog walk you.
Oh, I can tell you fight.
I mean, you got 7 kids.
Oh, yeah.
You got 7 kids.
Yeah, I heard about the kids. I heard about the early stint to prison and all of that kind of stuff.
State paid vacation?
Yeah.
No, state paid vacation.
So, and I told you, I remember when he came on and I seen you that Sunday in church, I was like, that dude is intense. Like, when he came out, I knew very little about him other than you told me there was a guy. And you said his name, but I didn't put stuff together completely. But when he came out there and the intensity that he just brings, and it's like genuine intensity. Like, you can see some people, they get up there and they try to bring the intensity. Like, you're like,
see, here's what got me wild about Jacob, and you're going to laugh. Jacob is wild, right?
Okay.
But when you talk, you can tell he's from the Bay.
Okay.
You can tell the way he talk. Think about it. We're like, yo, stupid. Like, he talk like you see the wild animal. You get to talking like, you sound like you were on the E40. Like, because when he was talking, he was like, stupid. I'm like, that sound like some hip hop. Like, he really ingrained in hip hop. You could tell. He was like, now listen up, stupid. I was like, why would you say that? Ain't no wrestler ever just said it like that. And I like it because he's like, I think if I was to meet him in real life, like just on some other stuff, I think he's a really, really sweet person. He's like but you can tell he got that Bay Area kind of, and it comes out when he talks.
He got that dog in him.
He's a small werewolf for a reason.
Yeah.
And he's athletic, and he got smaller though too.
Did he?
He used to be. I'm not gonna say he was fat. He looked like the guy that probably used to play football that was a linebacker.
Mm-hmm. Was he as big as Samoa Joe is now?
No, he wasn't never that big.
Okay.
He was just a bigger guy. Like he's big now, but he's just more refined. You can tell he changed the diet. Mm-hmm. Maybe worked on his cardio, did a little more sit up, but all of that he got, like him jumping now, is probably a lot easier because he wasn't like no big guy. Mm-hmm. But you could tell when you see him in other, he had a little belly hanging. He got like he been drinking some 40 ounces.
You talking about like me? You trying to pick
on? No. He got a little bit hanging like he been drinking 40 ounces all night and ready to fight. Great guy. Like I really hope nothing but the best for him and Roman and his whole family. I want to see a couple other things, but we're gonna talk about that later because I could just be all night.
Oh yeah, but I love the Bloodline. I got love for WWE because of the Bloodline, because of Cody. Even though Cody, like whatever's going on with him, they need to. The problem with that, and I know we're about to end.
Have you seen the Penguin yet? Have you seen the Penguin yet?
No, I gotta watch it. Chayo said it's great. Said it's gangster. So I'm gonna check it out. But the problem with Cody is
just remember Greek mythology when you watch it.
Okay, cool. Speaking of which, I got definitely got to go see Denzel's new movie, The Return of Gladiator 2. But the problem with Cody,
he's such a babyface.
It's not that. It's the fact that everybody knows that they want him to have the championship until WrestleMania.
Yeah, but
and when you don't have any mystery on what's going to happen with the championship, it sucks. Unless your name is Roman Reigns. He was the only one that was able to pull it off.
But you know what? He still gets a pop when he comes out to that great music. I don't know what it is about that song. The only person I know who doesn't like that song is my son.
Oh, yeah?
And I understand why, because he's my son. And you know everybody like Jay-Z, and I was like, I don't like him. He's like, why? I was like, I don't know. Same reason. I'm like, why don't you like it? Like, it's a good song. I just don't like him. I'm like, you my son. I ain't even going to argue with you, boy.
Yeah, but, I mean, Cody's going to get the pop. Because Cody's a superstar. And he needs to be in the movie.
And he got a nice jacket, too.
Oh, yeah. And he dresses to the T.
He dresses on some old Ric Flair stuff.
Right.
He dresses like he's a CEO.
Right.
But he used to be a CEO.
Which is great. Which is great, and I love that. I love the wrestlers that stick with that. Not that I'm against the wrestlers that are just gritty down whatever they wear.
Okay.
But I love the business attire wrestlers.
Everybody, timestamp this. I'm looking in the camera when I say this. Timestamp this.
Timestamp. Well, I'm not gonna say the timestamp because some of them might get cut up.
All right.
But we're in the hour area.
All right. Timestamp this. Cody Rhodes is gonna make his heel turn on R-Truth.
That's gonna be on the short. I want to see the reaction over that. You ain't got to worry about the time stuff. That's going to be on the short.
That's my prediction. He's going to be turn heel, and it's going to have something to do with R-Truth.
And how soon is that going to happen? Just for the people out there in the internet world?
Before the end of the year.
Ooh.
Well, no, before the end of next year, because this year is over.
Okay.
I'm sorry, because I'll be. Yeah.
I was like, dang, this is getting ready to happen real soon.
This is about to escalate, y'all. The Rock is going to be a face. Cody Rhodes is going to be a heel. Everything's going to be right in the world.
The Rock's going to be a face
No,
again?
I'm joking, no.
Yeah, I ain't think so.
Yeah, you will. Now, if he's about to play Apocalypse, which I don't think he's going to do a good job in, but. Hey, Rock, I love you, but you know how I feel about you because you. Well, I'm not even going to say that because you have to delete that.
No, the Rock understands. He did Shazam.
How you going to be representing African person? You don't represent your African race. The only thing you represent is your Hawaiian side. No offense to Samoans. I love y'all.
No. The Rock talks about
when it's convenient for money.
Oh, so you saying he Kamala Harris?
I don't know all that. I don't know her like that. But I will say he did that. I mean, think about it. He got on being a black character, being an angry black man, and now he all about the Samoan
Nation
pride.
of domination.
Still one of the greatest factions ever.
Oh yeah,
and they didn't give him a title. They did not give Ron Simmons the title when he should have had the title.
I mean, the great thing about great wrestlers is that you don't always have to have a title.
No, you're right. Great. You're right. That's something I think that, and I see that with certain wrestlers.
Swerve is doing better now than he did with the title.
Oh,
to me.
Murphy. Jesus. Murphy.
Who's Murphy?
Bobby Murphy, Buddy Murphy. Buddy Murphy. With the House of Black. Murphy.
Oh, okay.
Was it Buddy?
Buddy Matthews.
Buddy Matthews?
Yeah.
I feel like that's wrong, but okay.
That's what he's called in AEW. I don't
Buddy
know.
Matthews?
Yeah.
He's one of them guys that I believe he doesn't care if he gets the title. I think he just loves what he does.
Mm-hmm.
And he's happy getting his title that he gets. I think some people want people to have titles, and I was guilty of that. Say, he need to get a title. Right. But I think some of the guys just like what they do. Like, hey, there are some wrestlers who don't ever want a title. They just want to always come close. Yeah. There are stories within stories. So, I mean, that's one beauty about wrestling. Yeah. You don't always have to be a winning the championship.
Right.
Now,
like Eddie Kingston, he didn't need a title. The only reason why I wanted to see him get a title was because then Brian was talking junk.
Do you know why he didn't make it to WWE?
Was it?
He's not aesthetically pleasing.
Oh, yeah. He doesn't have their look.
Because at the end of the day, why would you put him on TV if he looks like that? No offense to you, but hear me out. And this is Vince McMahon logic, with the exception like Kevin Owens and the Nasty Boys.
Well, I mean, Vince wasn't even going to have the Dudley Boys really, but that was just what happened when they adopted.
Because they drew money.
They took
ECW.
No,
they came over before that.
Before ECW?
Yeah, but they did. They came over a little bit before, but he brought them over because they drew money.
I thought he got them because they were a part of ECW.
No,
he took over ECW.
No, he got them before, a little bit before. But like certain people, like they'll get them because they can draw money. Mm-hmm. Like the Nasty Boys are not aesthetically pleasing, but they drew money. Mm-hmm. The Bushwhackers not aesthetically pleasing, but they drew money and they sold great merch.
Well, the ones that aren't aesthetically pleasing, Vince would bring them just so he can get a laugh pop out of them. And he wasn't gonna be able to do that with them boys with Jay with the Briscoes. Briscoes, man. I wish I could have seen them.
Oh,
like I heard about them.
Yeah.
When I was listening to XM.
Yeah.
And I forget the name of the thing that Mark Henry was part of or is part of or whatever.
Yeah.
It's their daily show. And they were talking about the Briscoe brothers and everything.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't know anything about the controversy that kept them from being able to get on other people's stuff.
They want to stay at the
Well, that was part of it, and it was something that happened with what one of the brothers said. The one that's still alive, he had said something, I think.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then they kind of, it was, he said it during the council culture era. Thank God that's going, but he said it during then, and that's why he couldn't even get on anybody's show on a national basis. Yeah. But those guys, I went back and watched some of their stuff, especially when the brother passed away, and I said, wow, they may have been one of the best tag team.
And it's single run too.
Yeah.
When it gets when you gotta watch the Jay Lethal versus Jay Briscoe, you gotta watch that, the best in the world. Mm-hmm. Watch the promos and everything. Mm-hmm. Oh, chef's kiss. Yeah. I want them to. I hope Tony pushes, because unless he's gonna push him in AEW, which I wish he would, I'd love to see it. But if he pushes him in Ring of Honor, I'd be. He would. It make more sense.
I'm talking about Jay Lethal. Why not?
You missed Lito's time was while you were gone.
I know when he did the woo off with Ric Flair and everything.
No. That was before.
Talking about before then?
No, that was before he became when he got his prime run.
Mm-hmm.
Was when he was in Ring of Honor, and he was doing the best in the world. Like I'll send you the videos tonight. I'll send you the packages, but yeah.
All right, folks. We appreciate y'all watching.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. This is the first of many crossover episodes we're gonna do.
I told you we'd get it done.
Oh yeah, and we're gonna do some on his, and I'll appear on his, and he can let all the swear words.
Well, no, because I'm respectful. If I'm with you, I respect you because I love you that much. I toned it down. You know, if you want mine, it'll be via friendly, so we can put them on both platforms.
All right, cool,
I'll do that.
Cool. And we're gonna try to hook up his reaction one, and I'll put a link in mine to his channel, and y'all can check it out. We appreciate it. Yeah. This is on a Friday that we're about to see a great event. Dwight's getting ready to go watch it.
Mike Tyson
versus one of the Paul brothers.
Jake Paul.
Okay.
Because Logan Paul works for WWE, which he's a phenomenal wrestler. But we'll talk about that next time.
Oh yeah. And he's gonna go check that. Go, Mike. I'm pulling for you. Even though I heard a few people was like, Mike's going to actually get beat. But
you know what my son said? My son said, well, I mean, you're beating up on a 60-year-old man. What do you expect? Like, if he wins, it's all right, Mike.
Right.
If he loses, you're a 23-year-old man beating up on an older man. Like, it's a lose-lose situation. But I will say this much about the fight. If Logan Paul wins, he's going to become the most hated man in America.
You think so?
Think about it. You beat up a man who is considered greatness in the flesh.
Mm-hmm.
But I also tell people, too, they think, oh, like Jake Paul doesn't, like I was talking to my coworker, I said, he's about Jake Paul's age. Jake Paul was 25.
Nah, he's got to be in his 30s.
But still. But my coworker, he knows about Mike, but he doesn't know about Mike. Like when I was younger, I was watching Mike. Mike had me scared. And there's a difference between you seeing it in real time at that time and you hearing about it and watching it back.
Dang. Not bad. 27.
Yeah, so yeah, there's a different, like, me talking about Muhammad Ali and you talking about Muhammad Ali is a little different. I have a general idea. But you saw him.
I saw him when he was fading.
Close, yeah, but you still seen him glimpse.
Right.
By the time I seen him, he was on this time.
Oh yeah, Parkinson's.
He was on that type time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what my argument is.
I seen him in the fights that led to the Parkinson's.
Well, they said my last statement. They said the best thing he ever learned was that he could take a punch. The worst thing he ever learned was that he could take a punch.
That's true.
Because I was watching documentaries about boxing. They said that. I was like, that's wild.
Yeah, it's true though. That's sad. It's true.
But it's true.
Yeah. But cool, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. Next time I'm gonna find something that's a little more of my logos and not the.
Yeah, we ain't unless and I love Adidas because that's the only shoe I wear most of the time. But unless they send us some money to sponsor us, we ain't sponsoring nobody.
You can blur this out. You can blur this out.
Nah, I'll let it stand.
It's one of my favorite hoodies.
But I'm about to let all of y'all out there know if y'all want to advertise with us, hit us up. Yeah, we ain't wearing none of y'all stuff.
What I'll do is I'll get some hoodies and stuff that with my logo and stuff. So we're gonna get some of that.
Yeah, we're gonna push Dwight. We ain't pushing Adidas.
I'm not gonna lie to you. This is some comfortable stuff.
I love Adidas. I love Adidas. I love Adidas shoes more than I love Nike shoes. But I ain't pushing them, even though I just did it.
I got some Air Ones on from Walmart.
ain't wearing no shoes coming from Walmart.
Oh, these were good. These are my work shoes.
Not me. Look, I grew up wearing bubble gums. I am not.
I guess these are bubble gums.
And one's a bubble.
Well, I'm not a shoe person, so it don't matter to me.
I'm not a big shoe person, but I'm gonna wear some shoes.
You're more of a shoe person to me.
I'm gonna wear some shoes that's gonna stick together.
These shoes are made for protection, and that's all I care about. And they're doing their job. When they no longer serve their purpose, they go to the trash.
But the problem is they don't serve their purpose as long as other shoes. That's why I don't wear.
All right.
I'm like Run DMC. My Adidas.
But they didn't even have shoelaces in their shoes, so why we not?
Yeah, I mean that was just what they were doing. I mean, but at least they weren't wearing the pants on the butt.
Hey, it was a good time.
At least they weren't wearing skinny jeans.
I ain't wear skinny jeans.
I'm talking about your generation.
No, my generation didn't do it.
What do y'all have? Y'all had the pants just hanging off.
Yeah, we just baggy. I went 3 times too big.
Saying, please enter.
Peace.